So hi, how are you?
So Yoshiki snuck in and was in the back watching it the whole time. How many times have you seen the movie now?
This newest cut?
We changed it a little bit after Sunday.
Actually first time.
All the way through?
All the way through.
What do you think?
I cried.
Me too!
10 times more.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off with a couple of quick questions and then we're going to throw it out to the crowd. So, I guess, Stephen, I wanted to start with you. When it kind of relates to what I was saying about you finding the spirit of a musician when you're making a film about them. And obviously, ex-Japan have such a strong visual identity and, you know, psychedelic violence, crime, and visual shock. What a gift for a filmmaker. Can you talk about how that influenced your visual style and also maybe the rhythm of the edit and how the film came together?
Psychedelic violence, crime, or visual shock. Yeah, for those that don't know, that was their slogan in the early days. It was like on little stickers and kind of it's on the album cover for Blue Blood. That phrase just became like a stylistic sort of guidepost for us. And I want to give a big hand to Alison Brownmore, who's in the audience, who designed the graphics and the titles. Stand up. Award-winning titles.
Temporarily, why don't we name our band X? Right? Then we kind of started finding out X means how to say, infinite possibility, no limitation or something. I was like, that's so cool. Then just, also when we are playing with a lot of bands, like, some festival, some playing club with 4 or 5 bands, we always stand out, X, one word. Then, we moved to Los Angeles, there's a band called X. So we just put Japan next to it. Actually, we used to call X from Japan, but it's too long, so just X Japan. So everything just happened like accidentally.
Cool, there's a question just next to you. Go on, shout it out and we'll repeat it. Is that the question? Okay.
The classical, the Yoshiki classical.
Yes, Royal Festival. Yeah, I played my classical concert 2 years ago. Yes, we are supposed to come back this year, March, but, one of my members, actually this drama still, kept going. Pata, one of my our band's guitar players, he got really sick. Actually, he was on the verge of death. He went to ICU for 3 weeks. I couldn't even reach. So, but now he came back 100%. Yes, actually, I'm going to Tokyo tomorrow. Then we're gonna start rehearsing. We have festivals to play. Then we are coming back here March 4th, Wembley Arena.
Okay, someone with red hair behind us.
I don't like spider anyway. I don't like bugs. I don't like ghosts.
You like P-Bear.
Well, I like TV, of course, but I just don't like spiders. His nickname? What's his nickname? That's not his nickname. That's a kind of... No. Nobody calls him Speak Spider. But that sounds weird. I love his song Pink Spider. He wrote the song called Pink Spider. It's an amazing song I actually played. But just I don't like Pink Spider.
I had a question, Stephen, about Toshi, because watching the film, the whole understanding that we come to about his relationship to
Thank you.
And my question is, if you will underwent all these painful things, will you also decide to create X? If you went through these things, will you still create X?
So even though he's gone through lots of painful things.
Yes.
Say it again. Sorry. Okay. If you knew then what you know now at the beginning, would you have still started X Japan?
Wow. Yeah, it's impossible to answer. Actually, I was in New York yesterday, then doing several interviews. Then one interviewer asked me, if there's a time machine, you can go back to any era or any time of your life. When do you go, which time do you want to go back? Then what would you do? Of course, there are so many moments. I'd like to go back to, before my father died. Well, I mean, we can have like spin-off this, we can have horror film, we have comedy, we can have like, I don't know, the film from this. Yes, I don't know, I can't pick one story, but just, every day was, our life, like every day was...
And make another movie. Why not?
The sequel? Oh, jeez. Well, there's enough in the archive, and we're being filmed right now, so...
Exactly, we are still
You'll be in
filming.
it.
Well, because, my mother thought I was not going to live long, so she, when we signed Sony Record, she told Sony Record director, just film everything while she's alive. that I'm still alive. So things that, we have enormous amount of data right now. Yes.
Well, it's an amazing testament to life and also to musical phenomenon. Oh, hang on, go on. That's my wrapping up.
I have one more. You need to come up here for a minute. We have our producer Diane Becker in the house. This person does not get the props that she deserves for pushing this movie uphill, still doing it to deliver it for the US release. She is X. I just want to give a big hand. Forever, since the band started, they've had cameras following him. They were filming me, filming him. I mean, it was crazy. Huge amount of material, which was great because we could dip into any period of the band's history and find stuff and pull it out. And a lot of it would have been just the guy following Yoshiki backstage or hanging out with him. So you'd get like these funny little quiet moments that maybe didn't look that interesting at first, but Yoshiki taking a nap in his dressing room all of a sudden was like Yoshiki having a nightmare, and we could like weave that into this other section of the film. So there was a lot at our disposal, and how you do it, I mean, it really is just the painful process of, step by step by step, just laying it all out and trying to figure out what feels right. A lot of the way I make my films, because they're music driven, it goes back to when I was that geek who would make you a mixtape. He hand you a mixtape because he wanted you to listen to all this music he liked. That's how I put the films together a lot. That's kind of how like the gut works. Like they all have to feel and flow in a way that I think is gonna turn you on. You don't have to be into the music, but the music guides you and moves you along emotionally, and it always serves a narrative. And then it's just you try to get in all the good stuff that got you off watching it and going, oh, that's amazing, and really, it was an embarrassment of riches, to be sure. So.
Okay, any more? There's one at the back that I can see. Let's take that one.
When I'm 50.
Exactly. On the one hand, we know age is going against him, but now it's sort of like also the time when he's trying to realize the global.
I think he's going to do it. I gotta say. I mean, he's constantly at the doctor trying to fix this and get something for the neck and all that. But he basically says that he's gonna play until he disintegrates. I mean, he really wants to just keep on pushing it. I think physically he can do it. It was Pata actually that got very sick right around that time, and it was more him I think than Yoshiki. Yoshiki was ready to go. I think the fans know that things get delayed. He takes on too much. He's really overly ambitious, but he eventually gets there, and he will land it. I know he will. There's no way he's canceling this new show, which will be, I think, March 2nd or 3rd here, finally at Wembley. The 4th, yes. Get your tickets. New album is going to drop. I mean, he's finally finished. Partly, I think it's a little bit of my fault. All of a sudden, he decided to write a new song for the end credits. I went, oh no, it's going to delay post-production. It'll delay the album because now he wants to put it on the album. But yeah, the physical stuff is real. It's frightening. We've been to all these different doctors. I mean, the guy in the movie, I think, is a bit of a quack, but I think he's stronger than he even thinks. You know, somehow he gets up there and he powers through. Then he collapses and he gets up and does it again. So, but yeah, Wembley, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Wembley on the 4th of March.
Originally for the original concert back last March, they were going to show We Are X before the concert. Will that continue to be shown again?
Will we show it before the concert? No. I mean, we've been now taking it around. Yeah, I kind of do want to. I don't know whose idea it was to like world premiere their own movie before the concert. We're like, wait, we want to do it at a film festival. But yeah, no, I think the concerts like go to 3 hours. I think everyone would be falling over if they had to watch this and then the concert.
That's a long night. That's a long night, isn't it?
If you wanted to give you like a little mini concert at the end of the movie, I think that's probably good.
One at the back, and then we'll come down to these ones.
Yoshiki is very open about his emotional,
monomaniacal creator, you know. And I mean, you know, there's a girlfriend or maybe there's a relationship. When I did the research and put all that together, I'm like, God, it's really boring. I mean, it's actually not that illuminating and interesting, you know. And with all this story, there's only so much real estate you have in the film. And I think, I kind of did this with Scott Walker, who deliberately withheld a personal life. So we said, well, let's just dive into the creative life and just make the film about that. And so why not? I think it's nice to kind of leave the enigma kind of dangling out there. But yeah, he kind of fully is just all the time just obsessed with the music, making it, creating it, promoting it. And the film is now taking up all his time. You know, that's actually very interesting. One of the little interview bits we might try to put back in. We were going through, you know, they say in the film, Hide is like was the band's mother, right? So I was talking to Toshi, I said, well, then who are you? And you think, oh, he says, I think I'm the cousin. I think that's what they told me. I'm the band's cousin. So I was like, great. So I was talking to Yoshiki, I said, hey, does that make you the band's father? And he kind of got really quiet. He just said, I'm always the child. And it sounds funny, but I mean, it was emotional because you really think, yeah, you still are 10 years old in a lot of ways. You know, he's the child of the band, but it's something else altogether. But we can talk about that for a long time. But yeah, anyway.
We've got time for one more. Actually, I promised over here, and it's on the end of the aisle.
You spoke about how you developed the narrative.
I don't know. I mean, the story. It seems the trick that we tried to pull of having this incredible tragedy turn into kind of a little inspiration generator seems to be working. You know what I mean? There's been a real kind of support, starting with the fan base, but it seems to be kind of spreading outwards. I mean, aside from that, I mean, I don't really know how to comment. It's just. We're more really just focused on kind of growing that awareness with our festivals and releases and stuff, because it will then connect to the ongoing story of the band, which she keeps saying, this is chapter 1. This is chapter 1. I'm going to get you to do the sequel. Like, oh boy, here we go. Because there they go. There's a new album. There's a new tour. A lot's going to keep happening. So yeah, hopefully it's like a continuum. But if there is a definitive statement, I hope we've done it for the time being.
It's quite a good question to end on, because what we can do is encourage all of you to go on social media and tell the story and let everyone know that there's a big gig on March the 4th, and I guess that's the next bit of the story. So please join me in thanking Stephen Kijak.